Hey guys, welcome back to Musings&Review channel. It's Maverick here, and today, as you guys might see, I am actually in a different recording environment. This is not a hotel or anything. I think that much should be obvious. I'm actually back at my parents' house because it is about Lunar New Year's around this time, and myself, like most other people in my country, go back to visit parents and celebrate the holidays, if you will. And because of that, I do apologize for the shittier video quality and audio quality as well. I mean, this is the best I can do. And excuse the background, if you will. I haven't been living in this room for like so many years now, right? Well over 10 years, perhaps even 15. But in any case, this is just temporary. If you guys are just watching the Tensura series, of course it's going to return to normal in the next episode, so just bear with me for this 1 week. So anyways, back to the episode at hand. Well, we see a lot of various threats and whatnot popping up in regards to Rimuru, right? The one that I'm actually most intrigued by is actually Milim, right? Milim and Clayman, and what that really all entails and what that is all about. Of course, there's also the other kind of intriguing stuff such as the Temple Knights and whatnot, but I presume we'll get there when we get there. So with that being said, let's jump right into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. I do hope the video isn't choppy. This is actually my laptop as well. It's definitely not as good. Oh, lap pillow. Are these two going to become a thing? Whoop. Okay, so I guess these two are gonna become a couple. Doki doki. Probably like literally, right? Certainly feels like I've skipped an episode. Oh. Yeah, I mean, there's... Well, I mean, I guess we can infer that she's been here for a while now. And, well, actually, probably those two have been traveling together for quite a while as well, before they came here. That's right. Alright. Some kind of big demon looking dude. Hey, yo. And Milan. Alright. Since these two... Now that I see that these two are back to back to each other, and considering what we just saw over there, I'm going to assume those two make a couple for now. And by the way, I can't wait for Rimuru to show up in that outfit. Like, that looks good. Really to the disaster. So he hasn't came back yet. Still observing, eh? Do you guys reckon Yom already knows that she's not like a normal human? Nope. Gotta report it? Did you give him your heart on Christmas? Sorry, that was a bad joke. Man you loved. Huh. Okay. Why do I feel like we skipped a lot of things? Oh well. I mean, maybe they'll explain everything in the end. Hello. Taking the people of my kingdom as refugees? Okay. So I guess that's what Millen was talking with Clayman at the end there of last episode. Huh. But in any case, yeah, contact Rimuru first. Kick up some chaos, eh? I do wonder, like, how strong these Outerworlders are. So basically, they're gonna play. They're gonna stir. Seriously? Wow, that's such. Hmm. Bewilder. Okay. Huh. That is a pretty OP ability. Yeah, that's some nice diffusion. Oh. Ooh. Ah, I see, I see. Using power of words. Ah, but it doesn't work. Okay. So I guess the end result is no. They are definitely about as equal footing as Rimuru's lieutenants. Yeah, beat him up. Okay. Sword skills, right? Alright. Indian. Anti-magic area. Oh. Oh. No. Oh, so is this guy also interested? Okay. I'm kind of more interested in the other part though. Oh, friend zoned. That's... I think I like her human form a little bit better. Oh. Ah. Well. Oh. Just like that? Oh. We got a third wheeler behind him. What? Like I said, I feel like I missed an episode or something. Oh. I no, I don't think that's enough. Hmm. Is she going to do the opposite? Okay, come on. We don't need to focus on that. Okay, so is she actually the one singing this background music right now? That's her power? The heck? Okay, so that is the... What? Ooh, a double layer? Yeah. Oof. But if they can't use magic... Yeah, I was thinking about... Holy shit, so how are they going to... I do think, like, that was one too many still frames, though, I gotta say. Alright, in any case, I'll see you guys after this. Well, alrighty guys, I guess that is the actual crisis in hand, and indeed that seems pretty concerning, right? Especially since Rimuru is not going to be there to save their butts this time, with the cutoff in communications and all that. And indeed, the anti-magic barriers seem to be very concerning, especially since there's so many people slash monsters in this current in Tempest that have to rely on magical energy, right? But even with that being said, though, I think there's more than enough of them that actually rely on their own physical prowess and physical techniques in order to carry them through, so we still got that to look forward to. I still think that those three otherworlders will be dealt with fairly easily, right? At least they're not going to cause too much harm here. And by the way, I do really like their abilities, especially Kirara's. I think the translation is bewilder. I'm not quite sure if that's the most apt translation, but basically it's, I mean, we get the general idea of what she can do based on the explanation of the episode, right? I always like these type of abilities, right? The ones where, I there's a common trope in a lot of fantasy works as well, particularly web novels and whatnot, that feature, a religious head, right? If there's religion utilized within it, there's always a sort of ability there called like divine premonition or divine intervention or that kind of thing, where basically a high priest and archpriest or whatnot would say some things, and it's sort of like the god said, let there be light, and there was light, that kind of situation, right? And I feel like that's kind of sort of similar to the situation here as well. Anything that she says will come true. I guess within a limit, of course. I don't really expect her to be like, let there be light, and they're actually being light. But no, I think that could work as well, and that would be pretty cool. But in any case, it's not. At first, I was like, oh yeah, beat them up because they do seem pretty unlikable, right? To be honest here. But well, it seems that we're gonna struggle a little bit first. Beyond that, we also have the second layer, the prison field ability or whatnot. I do kind of wonder though, is this like, is this does this work double ways? Because I'm thinking obviously that a barrier would work to protect on both sides, right? If the barrier is up, probably nothing can come in as well, and nothing can come out. So what exactly are they trying to accomplish there by setting up that prison field? That is definitely another question mark, right? Unless, of course, they well, actually thinking of it, perhaps they already coordinate this in advance with the Otherworlders and whatnot, and so they're basically just trapping them in to allow the Otherworlders to wreak havoc on the city. So, we'll see in the next one. And of course, there's an entire situation with Milim as well. So, it seems that Clayman did manage to manipulate Milim somehow, some way, into going up against Carrion, and now, well, that is just yet one other obstacle in the road that Rimuru is gonna have to get over in order to solve this particular crisis. Although, I guess the main focus for this episode would be on Mulan, right? And her story with Yuum and whatnot. It does give the feeling that you sort of like skipped a few episodes or whatnot. Like, we only just saw her really coming in, like, the episode before, last episode, and whatnot, and then all of a sudden these two apparently have a sort of relationship, a blooming relationship, and whatnot. I mean, I kind of get it, right? I'm assuming that what they're inferring is that Mulan has been traveling with Yuum for quite some time already, and indeed, even staying in Tempest, they've already stayed there for quite some time as well. And so they've had the opportunity to really get to know each other a little bit better, and for the feelings to develop, right? I get that. It's just that without actually seeing it or whatnot, or at least some mention or references to it, it does seem kind of out of the blue. And I do wonder though if they actually skipped it entirely, if it was in the original light novel or whatnot. It's hard to say because after all, this is more of a sort of side story, side development. After all, not really having anything to do with the main story or main characters, but it certainly would be nice to see their interactions a little bit more. Otherwise, for this episode, it definitely seemed like out of nowhere that Mulan suddenly has feelings for Yuum and so on and so forth, and that kind of, felt disorienting. And speaking of which, I have to mention one other thing, like a nitpick from this episode, if you will, and that is, I feel like they were really lazy with the animation. This one, the part where Mulan, transformed into Imagine and then was casting her anti-magic barrier or whatnot. The point where the other priests and whatnot, they were setting up the prison field barrier and so on and so forth. It felt like they were really using those steel frames a little bit too much, right? It kind of overstayed its welcome. Now, I get it. There was a monologue during that time, and there's like background music and all that, but it really overstayed its welcome. I think like both of those scenes lasted at least, I don't know, 15 seconds or something like that, and it was really, really noticeable, right? So I don't know. It just seemed like kind of sloppy to me, kind of lazy to not properly animate anything. It goes into what I call like a PowerPoint slideshow, right? Although in this instance it wasn't even a slideshow, it was literally the same exact scene. Only, yeah, it looked like they were, things were flowing and whatnot, but overall it is still the same thing, right? It's just on kind of like on loop or something like that. So I do feel like that part is, I don't know, like maybe this episode is once again more of an in-between episode more than anything. And we actually get to the hype parts, to the real good stuff on the next episode, so they want to focus their efforts a little bit more on the later parts. And if that is so, I can understand. After all, not much really happened in terms of action-wise for this episode. And even though we do see a preview of their abilities and whatnot, it's still not completely shown yet, right? So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I do wonder if Rimuru is going to be there to save the day once again, or as I'm thinking is probably more the case is that it's going to the anime is going to show that hey, all of these other subordinates of Rimuru, they have the capabilities and they have the talents to stand by themselves and fend off these attacks by themselves, and eventually hold out until Rimuru comes, who is going to take care of some other situation entirely separately, right? Or it might be a sort of like a pincer attack, right? Like one side pushing out from within, whereas Rimuru is trying to get in from the outside, and we have that kind of scenario as instead. That would also be pretty fun as well. But in any case, that's it for this episode, and once again, I apologize for the recording conditions and whatnot. Next episode will be back to normal, so stay tuned, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.